welcome back. Of course, I hope you already have an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. I keep it short because on this channel you will find lots and lots of seasonal DIYs and daily DIYs. Do you want to see more DIY inspiration? Come on over to my description box. There you find all the links for our other channels. You will find lots and lots of DIYs also. So enough to see. For today I take out already, you see I'm on my table. I took out my tumbler towel blocks, my glue gun, and I am ready. So I hope you are ready with your tumbler towel blocks also. So, and if you only want to watch, have fun watching. On my table you see already what we need, at least the main things we need. We need some tumbler towel blocks, we need some school board paint of any paint at your color. I use some furniture wax, some glue for my glue gun, some glue sticks, some brushes, and of course a little piece of a garland. And I use some boxwood garland, but of course you can use any greenery or flowers, just what you want. It's always your own privilege, so do whatever you think is right. This is what we will need. For this DIY we are going to make a base of 3 blocks. So what we're going to do, we are going to do on the side some glue like this, and we are going to place this block against it like this. And of course we have to be sure that we glue it right to each other and remove the glue. And of course we do some on this side, and we are going to glue the other one like this against each other, also on the same way. And of course press it down so you get a nice straight, and you see this is what you get. You get a nice middle piece, middle block, and you place on each side. You do some glue and you place them against each other. We are going to need, of course, 6 of those blocks for our first DIY. And this base is a very simple base, but you have to be sure that you pick it up and just squeeze it right to each other, because or else you get openings over here like this. And again we are going to place this one against each other like this, and again squeeze it and press it like this. This is already number 2. I will do the rest a little bit faster. Now we're going to glue it together. So we do some glue on this side and on this side and on here like this. And of course I need a glue stick again. There's always this way, always this way, like this. And I'm going to glue them against each other like this. Squeeze real hard like this. So you already have one part, and we are going to do first 3 of them together like this, again over here and like here, and again place them against each other like this. Squeeze it real tight like this. Now you already have number 3. What we're going to do, because it will be a cross, it's Easter season, so this will be my second cross I make. I made last year the first one, so I'm not really an expert in it, so but I really enjoyed it. I'm going to glue this one and this one on this side. So I'm just going to do some glue on here on this side, and I'm going to place this one over here like this and squeeze it together like this. And I remove immediately the glue, and I'm going to do the same on this side like this, and lay it down like this, and of course again squeeze it against each other. And of course we have to get it off our table. And you see, if you turn it backwards, you also can use the flat side. So of course you can do the side that I do, like this one, a little bit more structure. But if you don't like it, you just turn it over and use the other side. And we only need the top, and the top will be over here, so it will be very easy. Just do some glue on this side and some glue on this side, and you're just going to glue it against each other like this and squeeze it real hard, and wait a couple of seconds until it is dried up. And now you already have your own cross for the Easter, and of course we have a little opening, and that's great because I need that opening because I want to give it a little bit of greenery inside. I use there a little block for it, but of course I also want to give it a stand because I want to have that my cross can stand up, and of course he can stand a little bit, but for me not too much. Not too much. So I'm going to make a little stand, and that's very easy to do also. Like this, just make 3 like this, and again the other one, and we place it against each other like this, and we already have the first of the base. Now we're going to do a second one like this, and we are going to glue this one, and we are going to do the last block, and of course place it against each other like this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue it backwards on top of here because I want a little bit more structure. So I do a little bit more of the different kind of things like this. At least I mean I do a different kind of things, but I like to change it up like this. And now of course I have to get it in the middle. And now you already have your own little stand. And of course I had to work away the glue pieces before I'm going to wax it, and you see now we have doubled it up, and now we can glue of course our stand on top of here. You can see the backwards, and now you can see the front, and you see he has a nice stand. You can use it anywhere in your decor, but before I'm going to glue it on top of here, I'm going to decorate it first. I laid my cross down. I just took one of the blocks and I did first look if he is fitting inside, and he is fitting inside, so I can glue him later on inside of here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give some greenery on top of here and some on each side, up and down, and on the sides, to give it also a little bit of the structure of a cross on top. So it's very easy. I just take some parts of my garland, just rip it off like this, and I will make it a little bit smaller. But you can, like I said, you can use also some flowers. If you like some flowers better, I will keep it a little bit neutral. But of course, you can go all the way and you make it as crazy as you want. I will cut this off because you see already the plastic under it is really bad for using in your decor. So I'm going to cut all pieces off, and then we're going to make a nice little cross in here. So I have my greenery prepared. So I took out, you see already the ending I took out, and on the middle here on front I also took a little part out because that looks a lot of plastic. So I don't like that. So what we're going to do is very easy. I'm just going to make a little line from glue over here, and I'm just going to take 2 of the pieces like this, and I'm going to lay them next to each other on here. So very easy, just work your way with it and just keep it in place until it is dried up like this. Then we could do the other side also a little bit, and we take again 2 pieces like this, and we are going to place them again in the middle of the glue and keep them in place for a little moment until it is dried up like this. This is also dried up already. And now you see already we have 2 pieces on each side. It's very easy. It looks now like a real mess, but don't worry, it will be okay. I see already I have one still here which is not done. So I'm going to do this one as well, the back side. Now we're going to do again some glue on this side. And we're going to take again 2 pieces and we're going to lay them inside of here like this. Keep it in place again for a little moment. It's a little bit working with your glue because you get a little bit dirty hands. So, but be careful, the glue can be hot. I don't, with my hands, I don't even notice when it is hot, but you probably will. So this is already the second one. Now we're going to do the other side, and we're going to do some glue over here. And we're going to place again 2 pieces like this inside of the glue again, like this. Keep it in place like this. And of course, now we still need to work away the middle, because the middle is now like this. And I am just making a couple of them a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut a little piece off, and just as short as you want to have them. I'm just going to do some glue on here and just lay it in between, just in the middle, and wait until it is dried up like this. And we are going to take another one, and again, just take a little piece of it, but do whatever you think feels right. This is just like I always say, an example, just you don't have to do anything I do. And again, keep it in place for a little moment, and you still see it is still like a little cross. And now I need one in the middle, and we are keeping that one at least very short like this. And I'm going to do some glue over it and then place it in the middle like this. I try to keep it getting standing up. We will see if this will work or not. He has to stand up, but I don't know if he will work with me, so this takes much too long for you. So I hope you don't skip away. So you see, this is how your little cross turned out. And of course, it's only a cross. This will be inside of here. But first, before we're going to glue it inside, I'm going to do it in some furniture wax. But of course, of maybe white. Maybe I also can distress it a little bit in the white color. I will have to debate. You will see it in a moment. I did choose, of course, for a little bit of the furniture wax, and I think maybe I'm going to try to distress it. Maybe that will look also very nice. I don't know if that will work or not. Just some distressing. I don't know if that will look great or not, but I have to see. You see, this is when you distress it, gives a little bit more of an rustic look, or maybe we are going to do it totally in the furniture wax. I really have no idea. I would be that this was live, then I could really ask you what your opinion was. So I think I'm going for a little bit of distressing. The distressing is very easy. You just take some furniture wax on it and you dab it off on your a little piece of kitchen paper like this, and just go over it a little pieces, not all of the pieces, just little pieces. And just don't forget any side, because also the stand on the sides like this. So I will finish this off. And also don't forget to do the sides. You don't have to do the back side of the little arrangement you made, but of course you can do the sides. So it gives a little bit more when you place it in, and the wood come out a little piece. Then you also can see on the back side that it is very nicely just in the furniture wax. So don't forget the middle of the hole. So you see him over here. Don't forget also this part like this. You see? It gives also a little bit of structure, so when you look your cross on the back side, it also has a nice look on this back side. And of course, it's a little bit difficult when you have your cross this way. You can, of course, you can glue it on top of here. It's still looking great like this. Oh, I have to, yep, this way. It's still looking great, but you have to be sure that you cover everything out, especially because there is a little hole on the back side. And I can place it in the moment when it is dried up inside. First, we are going to do some glue on each side of the cross like this, a little over here on this side and a little on this side. Just glue it on. And then we're going to place our block as straight as we can in the middle like this, and just squeeze it and press it down. And then you can still work a little bit with some greenery. You can place it inside, you can place it more outside, you can do some flowers on top of here. And I think he looks already very nice and of course unique. And you can do all the way also with some greenery if you like that also a little bit better. So work your way around it down to the bottom. What I'm going to do some glue on the underside of this part, and I'm going to place it on top of my stand like this. Of course, I have to try to get it in the middle like this. I hope I have it in the middle. I squeeze it, press it down, remove the glue on each side like this. I show it to you in a moment. And you see, now you already have your own standing cross. And of course, I hope I can, if we go a little bit backwards, you can see it a little bit better. Or if I lay it down like this. And I think he turned it so easy to make and such a nice piece for in your home. And not really religious, it's just a nice cross with some greenery. So it fits in any decor. For this DIY, you see already we need our tumbling towel blocks. We need a piece of garland again. I used the boxwood garland again. And some paint, some wax, some glue and your glue sticks, some brush and some cutting tool. So these are the main pieces we need for our palette, because we are going to make a palette and we are going to decorate it. For this palette, we are going to start again with the base of our blocks, like we do use like a, you see, we use again 3 blocks. We place them against each other like this, and we're going to do some glue on the other side, on the smaller side, like this. And we're going to place also this one against each other in a straight line. Of course, I have to squeeze them under like this, and you get the same little piece. And of course, you can also use the back side. It's also a nice side to see, but for the palette we are going to use this one, and I'm going to make a couple of them, but I won't bore you with that, so I do it a little bit faster. Now we all have all 6 are here. What we're going to do, we're going to glue them 2 and 2 together like this. Very easy, just press them together like this and try to get them in a straight line, and remove the glue on the sides, because later on you have to glue also the sides, and then you don't get it a nice smooth space against each other like this. Again, squeeze it and press it together like this. And again, look if there is some glue. And the last one. And like I always say, if you don't want to see this, just skip forward. But of course, I always hope you won't. But I understand sometimes that my DIYs are a little bit too long. Like I always say, a lot of you know me already for a long time and know I am already a little bit long in talking. So what we're going to do, we are going to glue this one together. You see already the blocks are a little bit offline. So we are going to try to, what is the best way to glue them together? And of course you can change them up a little bit this way, or maybe this way, or maybe you can do it this way. This is also not fitting. So I'm going to go, I think, for this or this. I think I'm going for this way. So what I'm going to do, I'm doing some glue on the sides like this, and you can also use some wood glue. It's just what you prefer. And again, squeeze them together like this and press it down. This is one, and we are going to do the other side like this, and just do. And even you can use some school glue if that's something you like to work with a little bit better, like this. And again, squeeze it and press it down until it is dried up. And you see, now you already have a kind of a base of your palette. Of course, you can also use, if you can have some little letters from Scrabble, you also can do some letters in some words, and you can already have your own sign. Do a couple of the blocks extra under it so it can stand on its own, and you already have your own sign. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, of course, some blocks, but I'm going to do on the end, I'm going to place them over here like this. This is number 1. I'm going to do the second one like this and place them against each other this way. And I'm going to do also, of course, the other side. And you see already the glue is not working with me today. And I'm going to do some over here. And again, place it on here. And try to get it as sharp as you can have it. You see already I'm a little offline. But of course, you can also learn from my mistake, I always say, and do it much better than I do. Because I'm also someone just who loves to decorate and just loves to DIY. You see, this is already our piece. And of course, I'm going to give it probably a stand. And my stand will be, of course, with 2 of this one, like this. And I'm going to double it up with, again, 2, like this. And then we're going to do it on top. I figure out how I want to have my feet, and it is very easy. And like I showed you just in a moment, I just double up 4 times the blocks of 2, like this, and squeeze it, press it down, and then I'm going to glue, of course, both of them against each other like this. This is already 1, and we're going to do the second one. Of course, squeeze it and press it down, and then we are going to glue them also on top of it. So we have just simple 4 of them, and we are going to double them up. And I have to look if I have the right straight line, because we want to have it very flat, and I have to feel if not a little bit of glue is stayed on, because that's not what we want. And now we're going to glue it together like this. And of course I have to squeeze it and hold it in place for a couple of seconds, because it's drying very fast. Of course, with wood glue you need a little bit longer. So this is we are not going to glue it together yet, because you see, this will be your palette like this. And of course we are going to make it a little bit like a sign. But first we're going to decorate our palette with some greenery and some little bunny. Like I said, we're going to decorate the palette. And of course I'm taking a piece of cardboard, from an old box I ordered online, something from Princess. So it's just a piece of old cardboard. I take my little can of my paint, and what I'm going to do, I take my pencil, just go over here and just go over the lines and just make a nice little round like this, which we can use as a wreath, because I'm not really great in making wreaths just by hand, so I'm always going to do it this way. So I will cut it out, and then we're going to go further with the greenery. You will see already we made our little round, and if you're going to look for it, it is totally fitting very nicely on top of our palette. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to make the wreath the way most of you make. I'm just going to cut off my greenery pieces, and of course, like I said earlier, I can say it enough, just use anything you like and which you have laying around. And of course, no one decides for you what you can use or which color you are using. So I'm going to get like I said, the plastic stems out of it, because you see the plastic stems are not the greatest to see. So I will finish everything up, and then we're going to make our own different little bit of a wreath. I have everything ready on my table. I prepared my greenery, I have my round, I have my glue gun. And of course, what we're going to do, I'm just going to go from outside of the middle. I'm going to work my way around, very simple, just do some glue on here, and here, and here, on here, just a couple of them, just this way, and then we can very easily lay our pieces of green on top of here like this. Just work your way around. First give us a little bit of a base like this, and then later on we're going to fill it in. So it's very easy. Just go with a couple of your glue a couple of times, and then you are going to lay it against like this in a round, and like this in a round. And you see already, this is how it looks like hair. It looks like a little, you can just draw some eyes on top of it and a mouth, and you have already a little puppets. Of course, I'm going to do again some glue over here and just lay some pieces in between, like here, and just over here, and some glue over here. And it's one big mess, but believe me, later on it will be looking very great. At least that's what I always keep myself, that it will look great like this. And of course you see already this one has two little glue, so I'm going to do a little bit of glue over here and place it inside. Wait a little moment until it is dried up. And again, now we already have the first of our base of our little wreath. Of course, he's a little bit different like you normally would see. And you can also make it, if you have the little round, make a little hole inside of it, so you keep a nice line around it. And then you also can make a wreath with this open. But I am just going to go for a little bit different, like this. So everything is dried up, and now I'm just going to get my greenery and do on the underside some glue like here, and just fill up the gaps. Just lay it inside and wait until it is dried up like this. You see already, you have to work a little bit with it until you get it right. So I will fill the whole wreath up, and then we're going to do the next step. I have my little wreath finished, at least for my taste. You can change it up anyway. So what I did, I found in a shop here in the Netherlands, similar like Dollar Tree. It's called the Action, and they also had a little bag with 4 of the wooden eggs, and of course a little tiny bunny. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this bunny in the middle of my wreath, and then we're going to glue it on top of our palette. But of course I have to look for a nice place where I want to have it. Like this. I think I'm going to go for this, so I'm going to do some glue on the back side of the bunny like this, and I'm just going to place it in between like this and keep it in place for a little moment, and then I can see if I need some greenery to fill something up or not. So I have to look for it, and like this. And you see, now you already have a nice little bunny inside, but I use this bunny, but you also can use a little porcelain bunny. It doesn't matter, you can even make one from cardboard, because the brown color of cardboard is also a very nice sight to see. Like I said, I'm going to fill this up with a couple of pieces of greenery to fill it nicely up, and then we are going to do something with the palette, and then later we can glue our little wreath on top. And you see already, I have my palette over here and my stand, and I'm going to choose for the waxing color, and I'm going to distress it like this. Just do it in the jar a couple of times on your kitchen paper like this, and just go over it, just little pieces you want to have distressed with some wax. And you can do it with white, you can do it with black, any color you like. So I will finish this up. Pieces are in some distressed with some wax. I also did with a piece of kitchen towel. I wiped the extra wax I don't need off of it. I take a little piece of velvet ribbon like this, a very small one, and I'm going to measure out. I'm going to glue one over here until the next part of my palette like this over here. So we do only need a little piece, and I'm going to glue it on top of here. So I have to make sure that my line on the top is very sharp like this. So I'm going to glue a little dot of glue over here and of course over here. So we only need a little piece because the rest is on the back side and you don't see it anymore. So I'm just going to glue a little bit of glue like here. And of course we don't need a lot, exactly in the middle like this. And I'm going to lay my piece of, and of course you can use also a piece of twine. I used now this time a ribbon, but I also love to work with twine. And again, just lay it against here and just work away the wires of your glue, because you don't want to have glue on the top of here like this. And of course, if it doesn't really a straight line, you can also do with a little black paint or marker, make it in a straight line like this. So now I'm going to get my little wreath and we are going to glue it on top of here. So it's very easy. I'm just going to do some, I have to measure out a little bit. So I'm going to do some glue over here like this. And I'm going to place my little wreath over it like this. And keep it in place for a little moment until it is dried up. And I leave my bunny in the wood color, but you can give it another color, maybe pink or something else. But I leave it in this color. You see, this is already our palette, how he's looking like. And what we're going to do, we are going to do some glue under here and we are going to place it on top of here. So, and then we almost are already finished with our palette stand, and we just made for the Easter season. And of course I'm going to place it in the middle like this. I have to squeeze it, press it down and like this. And you see, this is already how our little palette sign turned out. And before we go further, everyone, I have to tell you that this video is also part of a beautiful get together, which is hosted by 3 beautiful ladies on each month on the 1st. So you have to go check it out. The beautiful ladies are, of course, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, Shantell from Crafty Hints, and Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. Of course, you will find the links for all the 3 ladies down below in my description box, and there you also find the link for the playlist with tons and tons of beautiful inspiration for you to find, so go check it out. So right now we are going further to our next DIY. We are going to start to make a frame, because we are going to make a picture frame, but of course always with a twist. I'm going to glue 4 pieces of 2 together like this. This is already 1, this is number 2, and I hope you also have a little bit of luck with the measurements of your tumbling tower blocks, because they will change by the minute, I sometimes say, because at least in my country here in the Netherlands, sometimes they really are the greatest, but when I order them online, everything is okay. Then they are also a little smaller, but they also are less in a package than when I buy them in the store, because then there are more in the stores and more blocks in one package. Here there are 60 in one, and normally when I order them online there are 54, but they are much better quality than I have for this one. This one, they are really sometimes thicker, then smaller, longer. It is really one big mess, so you have to look carefully. Maybe you don't have the problem, but a lot of you do. What I'm going to do right now, because we're going to make a frame like this, and we are going to make a very cheap frame like this. Squeeze it and remove your glue again and get it off your of your placemat. And again, we are going to do not this way, but we're going to do it on the top. So we're going to do a little bit of glue over here and then place it again like this. This is so easy to make, a very easy and own picture frame. And you can, it's also very on a budget because this doesn't cost you almost nothing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on this side and a little bit on the end of this side. You see, like this. And now I'm going to place this one in between and squeeze it and press it like this. And keep it in place for a couple of seconds. Like this. Now we already have the frame, so we are going to take a piece of cardboard like this. A piece of cardboard, and I'm going to measure out which part I want to use. And of course I measure out this piece and then I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller so we can go halfway our blocks so we can glue it on the back side. But I'll show you that in a moment. And you see already, this is how my cardboard is turned out. It's just a nice square from 15 by 15 centimeters. I don't know if your blocks have the same measurement. And you see, he is coming halfway of my frame. And of course I have to turn it over because the picture will be on top of here. And you can do this, give this a color in the black color or something else. You can choose anything you like. But this is not a great side to glue your Mod Podge on. It's very shiny and smooth. So I'm going for this one. So it is very easy like this. But before we're going to do that, we are going to make the real frame from our picture. And that will be a plus, but we turn it over as a for X. The plus, or just the X, just how you call it, we are going to do for 3 blocks again, just a very simple base step. We are going to lay it down like this one, and of course press it and remove the glue. And we are going to do some glue on this side, and again squeeze and press it down on the underside so you have it very sturdy on top of each other. And this is what I mean. Again, we just make the simple base like this. We are going to make again 8 of this kind of blocks, but I do it a little bit faster. We already have our 8 pieces. What we're going to do, because we are going to glue 2 of them together like this, just the sides of this, and then place them against each other and squeeze it real hard until everything is dried up like this. And like this, then you already have 1 set of 2, and we are going to make 4 sets of 2 pieces like this. And again, we are going to place it against each other like this. And again, keep it in place for a little moment. And here you have number 3 already. And we are going to place this one against each other like this. Squeeze it and press it. And the last one like this. And this is already number 4. And of course, if you are also making this kind of DIYs, maybe you will let me know in the comments down below. But if you even like it, maybe you can send me an email with some picture what you make. I always love seeing what everyone else is making. Now we are going to make a plus first. This is this way. We are going to glue it like this and like this. Of course, we have to get away our glue, because or else we are gluing it on the wrong way. You see, this is what we first going to do. We are going to start with our plus. We are going to do some glue on this side like this, and I'm going to place this one against each other like this and keep it in place for a little moment. Then we're going to do some glue on the other side, on this side of the plus, how you call it, like this, and we are going to place this one against each other like this. And then we hope everything will fit like a glove in this side because you never know. With DIYing it is always possible that everything is falling apart, so we are doing our best like this, and now we are squeezing this one together like this also. And you see now we are having a plus, but if we are going to place it this way, then you have a cross like this. And now we're going to, before we're going to glue the rest, I'm going to put my picture frame and my cross in some distressed furniture wax, and you can do it in any color you like. I almost would forgot, you need still 4 little blocks, and what I'm going to do on the flat side of the blocks, we are going to lay one of our blocks again like this. This is one, and we're going to make a second one, and we're also going to give this one some distressed look from some furniture wax, the same like we do the frame and the plus or cross, just how you call it. So this is everything we really need. I just take some antique furniture wax, just dab it off on top of my piece of kitchen towel, and just go over it the pieces which you want to have distressed. Of course, you don't have to do it very thick. You can also do it completely with some wax. You can do it with white, with red, with black, any color you like. So I will finish all the pieces up, and then we're going to do the next step. See, the waxing is dried up. I did a little bit, some pieces a little bit darker and some pieces a little bit lighter. What we're going to do, we are going to make our frame. So we are going to take our piece of cardboard, this one, and I already made my picture on top of my computer, That would mean I would sit above my computer. That wouldn't be a great idea. So I already made my picture on my computer, and you see already I made one with a little bit of the colored bunnies and one with the real bunnies. If you want to use these pictures, you find this too, of course, on our free printable, so go ahead in our description box, there you find the link. But of course you can also do one for your children or grandchildren, just what you like. I will cut them out. Now my picture is cut out. I'm going to use some Mod Podge, and I'm going to Mod Podge the top of our cardboard like this. And of course I use always a little bit too much. I know I know that, but for me this worked the best. But of course do it any way you like, because Mod Podging is something you have to do for yourself, because everyone is doing it on a different way. I saw on a line, so I tried a lot of ways. I tried making it wet, I tried everything. So but for me this works the best. So I'm going to place my picture on top of here like this, and I'm going to try not to get some Mod Podge on top of here, because I don't want my picture to have the Mod Podge on top of here, because I like a little bit of the matte finish. But if you like the shiny finish, of course you have to go over, when it's dry up, have to go over with some a layer of Mod Podge again, then you get a more of this shiny look. But I like a little bit more of this look. So for me this is already very dried up, and I let it dry for a couple of minutes more, and then I'm going to place my picture frame over it and glue it on top of each other. My picture is dried up. I'm going to place over my frame, and I'm going to take some Mod Podge again, because I'm going to glue it with some Mod Podge. For me this works the best like this, and of course like this, and I'm going to do the sides. And it doesn't matter if you go a little bit out of your line of your frame. It doesn't matter, because Mod Podge dries up very clearly, so don't worry about it. Like this, and I'm going to go place my frame over it and exactly in the middle. And now I'm going to turn it over to look if I don't have the white pieces of the line on top of here, and I work this away like this. And you see, now we already have our picture. I let it dry for a couple of minutes. Now we're going to glue our picture frame on top of our X, and of course I am laying my X totally on the sides, both of the points on the end of my placemat like this, so they are even, so I know when I have my picture on top, I have it in the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue. And of course, I hope that this will work out and this not is going to be one disaster with my glue gun, because the glue was not always the greatest thing to work with, but we are going to do our best and we are going to make the best of it. So like this, and I'm going to place it in the middle like this. And now I'm going to press it down and I hope everything will stick together, but you never know with me. Our picture is already on top of here, and now we only need on the back side a couple of our stands we just made. And of course I'm going to glue them very easily on this side and one on this side to give it a little bit more structure so he can stand still on his own. So I placed you a little bit closer. That's really close, I know. I'm going to do some glue over here and then I'm going to just get the piece of the point, this point and this I will be on the same length. So I have to go for a little glue on this side and I'm just going to place it like this against it and I just keep it in place for a little moment. And then I'm going to do also on this side the same. Just do a little dot of glue over here, lay it down and just try to get it on the same length like you have with the other one, like this. And then I always hope that I have it on the same, same measurement, but you never know. We will see. And of course now I have to get it off my table. And you see, now he can stand very easily on his own like this. And if you want to be certain even more, then you also can do one in the front, but this will stand up straight, right? So this was already this DIY. I thought I was already finished, but what I missed was a little bit of greenery because I am really a person who loves greenery. So I took out a couple of my garland from boxwood. I take two pieces and I'm going to place them, shovel them in like this. And I'm taking again two of the pieces and again do them on this side and two, of course, we are going together like this. And I leave now the plastic pieces at the end because you won't see them anymore. And you place them also over here and I am really loving, I hope you can see it. I showed you a little bit higher like, like this. So this is how he is really turned out. You see it in a moment. This was it already for today's inspiration. I had so much fun making those three little DIYs from tumbling tile blocks. And if you joined me, I hope you're already satisfied with your results. And of course, if you are here for watching, thank you so much for being here. Of course, I hope you come again. If you do, click the red subscribe button and click the bell button so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. And of course, do you want more inspiration? Come on over to my description box. There you find all the links you need. We wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe and I hope to see you on Saturday. Bye.